On this episode of the Tiny Home Adventure, we explore some new zones for paragliding. We watch some pelicans hunt from camp before heading north. Jon and I make some poor decisions and get stuck at the top of a mountain well after dark without headlights.
We're not doing good.
We go for a paddleboard mission around Conception Bay. I catch dinner. We go back to the zone where I got punched in the face, and more.
After 2 years of building the expedition vehicle of our dreams from the ground up, the time has finally come to hit the road. Watch as Kicker, Ashley, and I push ourselves to our physical and emotional limits, put our relationship to the test, and overcome unforeseen obstacles. Our goal is to spread positivity while learning from some of the world's most inspiring people. Welcome to Season 3 of the Tiny Home Adventure.
So, we're walking out to try and find some paragliding yet again. And Jon decided to drive his truck as far as he possibly could. And I think we're gonna have a pickle of a time trying to get it out of here. What do you guys think? Does that look like a good idea?
That's no problem.
What do you guys think? How stuck are we? Well, drop a comment. Let me know. I think it's gonna take us 25 minutes to get out of here. Jon, how long do you think it's gonna take us?
Put it in reverse and we're good to go.
All right. This is what Jon decided to do with the day. Should we all get in?
Let's get in.
All right. Liam looks equally as skeptical as I am. Oh.
For the first time ever, I totally overestimated how bad the situation was.
Jon is all that is man. Maybe someday I'll be as manly as Jon. I was proven wrong. Good work, Jon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now we're out to another paragliding spot, and there's a truck that hasn't left here, got stuck. Vigilante. Yeah, you got it.
Even though the conditions were less than ideal, I decided to give it a quick go. We made it back to camp just in time to see an awesome feeding frenzy of pelicans.
We made it back out to the paragliding spot. The wind looks a little bit stronger. It's still a little cross. It's not going to be super easy, but we're going for it. Jon is already getting suited up, and yeah, let's hope this works. So the thing about this launch is that there's obstacles everywhere. We've got a canopy that once it gets snagged on any of these bushes like this could get kind of shredded. And I'm not as good as a paraglider as Jon, so I'm like pretty worried to launch here. Once I launch, I'm hoping I can keep my wing in the air and not let it drop. I'll probably land down low and hike back up just so I can pack my wing up in a safe place. So let's watch Jon launch here. Nice, like a pro. Oh, less like a pro. But he's got it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it. So the hope is that there's enough wind hitting these dunes that we can perpetually fly, called ridge soaring. Judging by what Jon's doing, we'll see if that's the case. Fingers crossed. So I can't quite tell yet, but I think he's able to maintain. He's coming back, the wind's coming from that direction, so he's gonna come a lot faster down this way. Didn't quite make it back, not a huge deal. Not ideal conditions. You need the wind a little bit more from this direction, not so much from that direction. Here he is, Ash. Ashley. Yeah. Where were you? Ashley was looking for you. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh?
I ended up sinking out, but I set up to relaunch, which ended up being super sketchy, and I ended up running through a bunch of pricker bushes. It was pretty awesome to finally score a flight with Jon, although it was pretty short.
Pack it up, boys. Go home.
The wind backed off. That was really fun until it wasn't. I don't know if you got the shot, but I ended up like running through some thorn bushes. Not a big deal, but I think Jon's favorite part of that whole mission was watching me run through those pricker bushes.
Oh, it totally was. Loved every second of that.
Thanks for coming to help.
Yeah, man.
All right, so we are cruising north. This is one of our bigger pushes north. We're gonna stop at a spot called Conception Bay, which is a beautiful spot that we saw on the drive up here, but we were chasing swell and we decided to skip it. So now we're gonna go spend 2 to 5 days there, depending on what the weather's doing, what the conditions are doing, how much we like the spot, how long we have food for, and then move on to a surf spot, and then we'll be crossing back over into the US of A. I'm pretty partially excited to be crossing back over to the States, but mostly sad. I feel like I could stay here for another 3 months and be totally content, but we've got some projects we need to take care of. We've got some work that we need to get done. We need to go make some money so we can keep the wheels turning. Here we go. So we are just rolling into camp. Looks pretty sick over here. This little sneaky road. I'm gonna hop out and see what these guys think.
Jon's being the leader. He's taking his truck first.
So we just rolled into camp. It's super beautiful. We're incredibly fortunate. But first thing Jon and I look at is this mountain behind us. And to get some exercise after a long travel day, we are gonna go attempt to speed fly off of that. It's likely there won't be a great launch zone or the wind will be in the wrong direction, but if anything, we're gonna go hike up to the road, gain the ridgeline, get up there, hopefully before it's too dark. My dream, if not tonight, another day would be to fly off of that, barrel, foot drag, land into the beach over here. Jon's giving me a look. What's that look? What do you think? We're gonna come land by you. So there's no shoulder in Mexico, and we're on this mountain pass. Just trying to get to the shoulder where we can run up here, gain some elevation, barrel, foot drag. And we're going up. Jon, I feel like we've been in this situation before.
I think we have.
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
I feel like you may have pushed me off a 2,000-foot cliff once for my first time.
Yeah, you know, but you made it.
I did. Here to tell a story, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, now we're good friends.
It's funny how that works. Look at that view. Whew. Yeah, bud. So now the trick is finding a spot to safely launch from. A spot where we can lay out our wing, get probably 10 steps of running so we can inflate the wing and have it lift us up off the ground, which might not be that straightforward.
The launch was absolutely horrendous, coupled with the wind not being just right, made an attempt at a reasonably safe launch impossible. We tried for about 45 minutes in hopes the wind would turn in our favor, which ended up putting us well past dark with no headlamps to speak of, which made the hike down super sketchy.
So, I don't know if you can see me, but we're not doing good. You can kind of see camp. Careful, it gets a little gnarly right in there. We're alive!
Where did you go?
Well,
Shut the door, there's bugs.
I couldn't launch because the wind wasn't strong enough. And neither of us brought headlamps.
Yeah, and you didn't bring your phone.
Neither of us spotter, neither brought us a phone
Oh, none of you had phones or headlamps.
or headlamps.
No.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, it's great to see you. So that was our trip. We stayed up there till dark, trying to launch because it seemed like a lot worse to walk off, but we couldn't figure out a way to safely fly off. So yeah, where's Liam? So this spot is pretty insane. Hi, Kirker, what? How are you? Good morning. Oh, good morning. But unfortunately, when we got to camp, the inverter has a fault and I can't figure out what's going on with it. Basically, I turn it on and it does that. Tried to troubleshoot it last night, couldn't figure it out, so I'm gonna pull it out, take it apart, and see if we can figure out what the heck's going on. So, pulled all these fuses. They're super blown. I don't know if you can see that out of the sun here. Boom, the thing's destroyed. So I think what happened is the voltage was low on my batteries and I turned the inverter on with my computer plugged in. So I got the fuses back in and I'm reinstalling everything. And when I touched the positive wire back to the thing, there was a spark explosion and it made me really scared. I didn't film it, so I'm gonna try it again, but I've got safety glasses and some gloves. Yup, Should I just commit and try and get it on there?
No,
Just touch it?
touch it.
Okay. Watch out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's good. That was very, very lackluster, but I'm shaking from, I mean, it was a spark ball from like here and like definitely sparks in the bed. Woo! Spooky. So the inverter is dead, which is gonna be a problem for editing and charging camera gear, which is what I do for a living, so that's kind of a bummer. But we're gonna take advantage of this beautiful day, totally glass on the water. We're gonna take paddleboards out with the whole crew. Ashley and I are gonna room up together. Kigger's going on John's boat, and yeah, maybe trying to do some spearfishing as well. Kigger's on one though. What are you doing? You're so excited? Kicker desperately wants to come.
There you go. Sit.
You guys ready? Ash, you ready? Ash likes to paddle me and sing Italian music.
Yep.
All right, I'm ready.
Kicker.
Look at him, he's like my dad.
Kicker, come here. Kicker.
There's not enough room for all 3 of us, nerd.
Kicker, come.
You go with Uncle John.
Hey.
Look at this water.
It's not like 30 of them this morning.
We made it to the island.
Land ho.
What you got? What is that? Sit. Hey, come here. What is it? Sit. You got a shell? We had planned to do some diving, but I'm pretty sure this is red tide. It smells terrible. It's actually making us all kind of nauseous. And I don't know what the deal with red tide is. I know it's not good. I think it's either a neurotoxin or it absorbs all the oxygen in the water and it's bad for fish. Either way, it has deterred me from getting in the water and doing some spearfishing. So we're gonna go paddle back, but these colors are super cool. So this is why we decided not to go swimming. It's like thick. It's thick and kind of gross. So we found a spot where the red tide didn't seem so bad. We saw some big fish and this big cliff looks really cool. I came to Conception Bay because I wanted to dive, so I'm gonna dive. Hopefully I don't get sick. Pull them up.
Ready?
Yeah.
Bam. Oh.
So that's from the fish that I shot earlier.
Yep.
Feels pretty cool to be able to like go out into the sea, catch some food, turn into fish tacos. So where do fish tacos come from? The sea. Weird.
Weird.
Oh, we are heading back out to the spot where I got punched in the face. Like I had mentioned before, we had a long talk with the guy that did it who lives out there. We're hoping that it's a peaceful interaction. We're going to go surf, and unfortunately all the other places that we were looking to go are further away. Given that it's kind of late in the day, we're going to go swing by there, and hopefully, I mean for us timing wise, that this place makes sense. Hopefully this guy is cool and we don't have another incident, but we're just gonna find out. I personally don't really want to go here, but the rest of the group, Jon and Liam, think it makes the most sense, so that's what we're doing.
I personally don't really want to go out here either. My anxiety is already starting after the whole situation last time, and it doesn't really make me feel any better that people that we've met along the way on this trip have also had negative experiences with this guy since we've been here. So it just goes to show that like he hasn't really learned anything. So I'm interested to see how it goes. Hopefully nothing happens, but I will say I will be prepared with pepper spray this time.
So we made it to the spot. Last night the waves were going off. It was amazing. We had a sick session. We never saw George. I don't know if he's home or if he's just hiding. So not a big deal. But big storms rolling in. It's gonna be crappy weather for 10 days and we're winding down the end of our trip. So we're going to head north slowly but surely. Gonna stop at a spot tonight and within the next week we'll be back in the States. It feels bad to say, sad to say, but really it feels like it's time. Get back, get some work done, do all that good stuff. So here we go. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Tiny Home Adventure. It has been an absolute blast getting out, doing what we love, hoping to inspire positivity, love, adventure, and yeah, just doing our best to live the best life that we can imagine, and trying to give Kicker Dog the best life here possible is what it's all about. So just want to say thank you so much. A huge thanks to our patrons for making this possible. We are working so hard to keep the wheels turning, to keep weekly episodes coming your way, and without you it would not be possible. If you're interested, check out the link in the description. There's all kinds of ways to join. We have all kinds of cool benefits for our patrons, and we love making this awesome content, and we hope that you enjoy it as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Tiny Home Adventure. Woohoo! Kicker. Say hello. Oh, give him that stretch. Give him that full stretch. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's a good dog.